So, Zach, we're asking the question here. Big deal, small deal, or no deal? Jeffery Simmons Titans contract conflict after Simmons tells the Athletics' Dan Pompei, we don't know if we're going to be able to offer you what you think you're worth. We want to pay you, but we don't know where it's going to come from. It was a non-offer. That's Jeffery Simmons discussing his off-season contract conversations with the Tennessee Titans on the Athletics. So, Zach, I'll send you the chat. Big deal, small deal, or no deal? What are the people saying?
So Eric starts off with no deal as of now. So Eric's going completely opposite because we got a string of big deals. Steven says big deal. AJ Brown is proof. Nick says big deal. Travis says huge deal. Jonathan says huge deal. Colby says big deal. Big ass deal from Jacqueline coming in right there. We've got small deal for the moment from Jarrell. Donald says big deal, especially after the AJ saga. Big deal from Guy. Major deal from Tones. Schmedium for Steven. So all you Schmedium kings out there, right there. So that's not a big deal. It's not a small deal. It's a mid deal. Small deal from Jay Bryant because there's plenty of time to figure it out. D says big deal. Chad says small deal. Sin says no deal. So there's a string of all three different ones. Big deal is an understatement from Demetrius. It's a big deal. Wouldn't be a big deal if they had paid AJ Brown, and they would have been in a different situation, though, if they would have paid AJ Brown. Austin, I think it would have made a lot more sense to say we don't know where it's coming from. That's where I say I don't know where the timeline is.
Right.
If, in fact, Jeffery Simmons is referring to a conversation that happened last March, maybe I think differently. But March to November and then these coming out now, that doesn't make a lot of sense. It seems like this was said after the AJ Brown trade. Tighten Up says big deal, the biggest deal from Burning Devil. Small deal from Cody, big deal from Tommy, small deal from Sean, small deal from Albert. So setting into some small deals, including AB and TX, got some big deals. I think overall, though, the chat does think it is a big deal. There's a lot of comments.
I haven't seen a no deal yet. Have you seen a no deal?
We started with a no deal. Okay, there's only one no deal from Eric. But
I tried to scroll through the other comments that you didn't have a chance to get to.
There you go. Denise says no deal, too early to tell.
So, and we also, again, this is what Jeffery Simmons said after the fact. I love where I'm at. I love this organization most of all my teammates. I'm not worried about a contract. I'm focused on winning. Next story, please. Well, again, but
we know that.
But but Dan Pompei quoted him by saying that the Titans told him they don't know where the money's going to come from, and they don't think they can pay him what he thinks he's worth. So it's interesting, and that's there's negotiation art that goes into all of this. So, Zach, I'm going to say this is a small deal for me. Now, I think the A.J. Brown impact carryover, the hangover, the stank from the A.J. Brown mishandling, I think makes people paranoid about it. But I want to ask you, before A.J. Brown's situation, how many times did the Titans allow a player out the door that was worth it and that they wanted to keep? So they wanted to keep has to be impactful here. That was worth it and that they wanted to keep. How many times pre-AJ Brown's trade did a guy get out the door in recent history?
Yeah, but recent history is AJ Brown.
No, I know that. But that was a trade. It wasn't.
No, that was a botched situation.
I'm trying to ask you. No, I literally said the mishandling of the AJ Brown situation as I was prefacing this. So again, it's Jack Conklin, and that even has a lot of nuance to it because of they just paid Lawan. Jack Conklin was coming off a good year. The Browns offered him like $20 million in base salary year one. And they allowed, Jack Conklin to walk because they didn't want to pay both tackles. But my whole point of why I'm asking this is because the Titans have paid big dollars to a lot of different guys that they drafted on the free agent market, late round picks, first round picks, quarterback, running back, defensive backs, Bud Dupree, Malcolm Butler. Taylor Lewan, Jarrell Casey. Like, these are all guys that the Titans have paid big money contracts to under Amy Adams Strunk and John Robinson.